Damian Priest would get himself DQ'd. This would be a United States Championship match, and he would actually get himself DQ'd by refusing to break the 5 count in the corner. And it just makes him look stupid. It just makes Damian Priest look like a fucking idiot, man. And this pisses me off to no end. Damian Priest is a way better performer than that, man. I don't know. There could be so much better things for Damian Priest than doing this shit. So, that pisses me off. It pisses me off when they do shit like this. And even Kevin Owens was saying, what the fuck is wrong with him? I have a feeling... I don't know. I'm not going to go into my feelings right now. After this, we got a 6-woman tag team match. Rhea Ripley beat Dana Brooke and Liv Morgan versus Carmella, Tamina, and Nikki Ash. The faces would win this match after Rhea Ripley would lock in a submission on Carmella. Carmella would tap out. And then, as Rhea Ripley is celebrating, Nikki Ash would come out from behind and attack Rhea Ripley. She would hit her in the back, knock her down, roll out of the ring, and celebrate on the apron. It's cool. I like seeing Nikki Ash as a heel, but they need to change her to Nikki ASV, almost a supervillain. I think that'd be cool. And then after this, we got a spelling bee. This was actually fun. I enjoyed this. It was RK Bro versus the Alpha Academy. And you know what I said about Brock Lesnar? Randy Orton's just having fun with this, man. Randy Orton is enjoying everything about this tag team, man. He loves working with Riddle, I think. He loves having fun. He's laughing. He's actually smiling. There were times when Riddle would say something and it would just cut to Randy Orton dying laughing. He was smiling. He was enjoying life. So you know what? Maybe this is... I looked at it first. I was like, this is so stupid. Why are they playing them together? But now, bravo, man. Bravo WWE for this one. This is fun. I'm enjoying this. RK Bro would win the spelling bee after Randy Orton spelled dumbbell right. And actually, apparently, according to Vince Joseph, that is the hardest, or not Vince Joseph, someone, the guy who was moderating the spelling bee, I can't remember his name. According to them, this is the most misspelled word in the English language. So that's pretty funny. I didn't know that. After they would win, Randy Orton would have a match versus Chad Gable. Randy Orton would pick up the win, and after which the RK Bro would announce the next academic tournament is going to be a gym class scooter race. So I guess that fits Riddle, but how the hell are you getting Otis on a scooter? I don't know, man, but that's going to be funny. And then after this, we got another Alexa Bliss segment of therapy. This was one of the low points of Raw, and it's not because of the segment itself, it's what they did. The therapist is asking Alexa Bliss, when did you first meet Lily? Tell me about when you first met Lily. And she starts going into this whole background story of everything, telling the whole story. And then they just cut away, right in the half of it. I'm like, what the fuck? Who thought that was a good idea? Someone in the truck fucked up there. Someone in the truck really fucked up. And then we got AJ Styles versus Austin Theory match. And this was a very good match. You know, AJ Styles and Austin Theory put up a great fight. AJ Styles was able to pick up the win in the end. I could see this being a feud going into WrestleMania, honestly. I could see Austin Theory having a great feud with AJ Styles. I know that sounds weird, but I can see it happening. I would enjoy that feud. After this, we got a sit-down between Raw Women's Champion Becky Lynch and Dewdrop. It ended with Dewdrop leaving her room and entering Becky Lynch's room and starting a fight, a brawl. But right before they could brawl again, it cuts away. It cuts back to the announcers. I was literally sitting there going, what the fuck? I was enjoying this. I was enjoying the fact that they were about to get down and just beat the living fuck out of each other. But nope, we can't have nice things in WWE. I guess the production truck is fucking up this week. I don't know. After this, we got a tag team match between the Mysterios and the Street Profits. It was a very good tag team match. Mysterios and the Street Profits really, really fought off everything that the other team had for each other. And the Mysterios would pick up the win in the end. And then Dominic would go to throw Ray over the top rope, but Ray would pull off the move he pulled off for Randy Orton to win the Royal Rumble. And Dominic would be thrown out of the ring. So Rey Mysterio was standing there smiling. He's like, you got a lot to learn, kid, before you can beat me. So I think that was funny. I thought that was a very good little thing. And then we got Seth Rollins saying he's going to deliver a message to Roman Reigns this Friday. After this, we got the Miz and Maurice's birthday celebration. This was a segment that really shouldn't have happened. It was just a stupid segment of the Miz and Maurice opening gifts till finally Edge and Beth Phoenix come out. They take out Miz and Maurice's security. And that was it. That was all that there was. It was just a nice little Miz and Maurice leave the ring. Edge and Beth stand tall to end the show. And that's it. Raw had a lot of good points and had a lot of low points this week. So I'm giving it a C+. Moving on to your 2015 Royal Rumble review, ladies and gentlemen. This took place in the Wells Fargo Center in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. A very good wrestling crowd with a buy rate of 145,000 people, excluding the WWE Network. An attendance of 17,164 people. Sold out crowd. It kicked off with a pre-show match with Cesaro and Tyson Kidd versus the New Day in a tag team match. And this was before the New Day were really a huge thing. So it's weird to see them on the pre-show. But Cesaro and Tyson Kidd would pick up the win. It was very funny to see that. This is very funny to see. After this, we got another tag team match to kick off the main show. The Ascension versus the New Age Outlaws. It's weird to think that none of these men are with the company anymore. None of these men. All four are gone. The Ascension would pick up the win here after a little chicanery on the outside. It's funny because I'm looking at this. It seems like every match on the pre-show every match on the main show except for two were a tag team match. So the Ascension pick up the win after a tag that Billy Gunn did not see. Ascension picks up the win over the New Age Outlaws. After this, we got the Usos versus Miz and Miz Damien Mizdow for the tag team championships. The Usos would pick up the win because of Miz's basically reluctance to tag in Damien Mizdow. It was a okay match. Lasted 9 minutes. What else can you do? After this, we got the Bella Twins versus Paige and Natalya in an 8-minute match. Again, it was basically all tag team matches until your semi-main event and a Rumble. So, I thought that was definitely a weird way for WWE to book this show. I thought that this could have been a much better show if they had some more singles matches on it, but I guess they just wanted to save all their single stars for the main event in the Royal Rumble. And they also had a very great semi-main event, which I'll get to later. After the Bella Twins would pick up the win over Paige and Natalya. And then we would go to your semi-main event, a WWE World Heavyweight Championship match of Brock Lesnar, the champion, versus John Cena and Mr. Money in the Bank, Seth Rollins. That's right, it would be a triple threat for the WWE Championship. It was a very fun match. You know, Seth Rollins doing what he does, going off of the top rope. John Cena and Brock Lesnar really hitting everything they can on each other. You know, they always had a great feud when Brock Lesnar returned, and the SummerSlam basically squash that led to Brock Lesnar becoming WWE Champion. And Brock Lesnar hitting the F5, picking up the win to go into WrestleMania as your WWE World Heavyweight Champion. And then, ladies and gentlemen, we get the Royal Rumble. A Royal Rumble, again, that has lived in infamy. It was a terrible winner choice because the crowd was so against Roman Reigns at the time. They were so against Roman Reigns actually being a main guy that they would actually have The Rock come back after the Authority tried to throw everything they could at Roman Reigns. They threw the Big Show and Kane, but it did not help at all. Roman Reigns would be the last man standing after eliminating Rusev. Rusev would also be the last person in the ring. He would eliminate Rusev. Roman Reigns goes on to WrestleMania, and after he gets attacked by Authority, The Rock comes out and gives Roman Reigns his seal of approval, fighting off the Big Show and Kane, but not even that could save Roman Reigns from this hot Philadelphia crowd that did not want to see him be pushed. Boos galore. You know, if you want a great view of it, I believe that it was Kid Behind the Camera and Angry Grandpa were at this show. So if you want a great view of this, go watch their trip of the Royal Rumble. They actually were in the crowd and were recording it. They record the crowd reactions. So go watch that and you'll see something truly, you'll see how the crowd turned. You'll see how the crowd got angry. It was a good show, not great. The Royal Rumble, C grade. I give it a C grade because, you know, the tag team matches were too much for me. The semi-main event was truly amazing in the triple threat match. These three guys could be half asleep and have a 4-star match. So Brock Lesnar, Seth Rollins, and John Cena put on a great match. And then you get the Royal Rumble ending. So C plus. C+. And now, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to give you my predictions for the Royal Rumble in St. Louis this year. Coming from the St. Louis Dome, I am very excited for this. It's going to be a great Royal Rumble, in my opinion. Roman Reigns versus Seth Rollins for a Universal Championship. I'm going with Seth Rollins here because I think they're going to set up to where Roman Reigns is going to challenge Brock Lesnar for the WWE Championship. Brock Lesnar is going to go over to SmackDown. And Seth Rollins is going to bring the Red Universal Championship back to Raw. So I could see Seth Rollins winning this match. And then we got the Grit couple versus the It couple. Edge and Beth Phoenix versus The Miz and Maurice. There's no way Edge and Beth Phoenix lose this match. Edge and Beth Phoenix. And this feud ends, and maybe Edge goes on to feud with AJ Styles till WrestleMania. That'd be very cool to see. Then we got Becky Lynch versus Dewdrop for the Raw Women's Championship. Becky Lynch wins this match. There's no question in my mind she's retaining. And then we get Brock Lesnar versus Bobby Lashley. This is going to be a hard-hitting match. And he's going to give it his all. Bobby Lashley's just going to fall a tiny bit short, and Brock Lesnar is going to win. He's going to retain his title, and Roman Reigns will be his next challenger. Then we have the Women's Royal Rumble. The Women's Royal Rumble could be a great one. I am excited for that. The Women's Royal Rumble is going to be a great match. I think Liv Morgan wins this and goes on to feud with Becky Lynch for WrestleMania. So Becky Lynch and Liv Morgan are going to have a great feud for WrestleMania. After this, we got the Men's Royal Rumble. The Men's Royal Rumble, who I think is going to win? I think Big E's going to win. And then he's going to challenge Seth Rollins for the Universal Championship in the main event of WrestleMania Night 1. That's going to be a fun one. So, there are my predictions for the Royal Rumble 2022 coming from St. Louis.